Day 3, Pivot Wellness Project, January 3rd, 2021. I decided to take a walk in the cognitive, the emotional, the somatic, the spiritual, the moral, and find a way into a park to reflect more on this fight, flight, or fear. Children tobogganing down a hill, taking that big chance of falling, scraping an elbow, twisting in the ice, and then they run up that hill to only do it again. I guess what I'm saying is that in this context, we're looking at inviting the power of play. Not only have we been dealing with harm reduction, reducing stress, keeping people at a distance, but now we have to find a way as we emerge past this hump of a pandemic, which we're knee deep in right now, maybe in over our heads, and find a way to structure play back into our lives. How do we do it? In my world, I used to work for a wonderful company that provided music for many spectators to enjoy. I used to provide regular services in a gym environment to help people take care of their bodies. Many used tos. I used to go to restaurants to take in terms of food and entertainment and delight with my friends. For sure, we've had a lot of restrictions, but as you know, we've come up with many solutions in terms of substitutes. What sits beneath this notion of fight, flight, or freeze, in terms of the undercurrent of all of it, is what it's for. It's there in our modern times to remind us of the importance of play. One of my favorite documentaries that I've watched in recent years that I've referred people to in consideration of the power of play is actually titled that, Power of Play, and it was designed by David Suzuki in The Nature of Things, and it points to why animals and human beings and animals of all sorts, bugs, everything, have plays. Play exists in dogs chasing each other and tumbling and barking and running around their owners and playing with other children. Play is the introduction of risk of children gliding down hills. Play exists so that we can explore the ever-present, so that we can be prepared for the promising future. And in the roughness and inventiveness of it and all of the innovations of games that children come up with, who knows what awaits for them when they face it as adults, this present moment, and they look at it straight in the face and take another chance. So play is where we learn those tools from each other in all these games so that we can be prepared for fight, flight, or freeze. And when true hardship happens in life, what it does is that we've built this resilience through our play so that we can survive and thrive and look to play new games in another day. So what happens when a child loses a game? Other children invite them in to play the next game. And what happens when a child feels a little bit left out? There's always another child who just says, come, play. And what happens when you or I or people in this world go through stressors that seem impossible and insurmountable? We must look at each other as a community of people on this big blue dot traveling through space and find ways again to invite each and every one of us to play. So take on a coach, a facilitator, a teacher in your life. Find that community that you can join, and at the end of it all, just play. So in the year, if you've found a way to get a haircut, found a way to eat a meal, found a way to watch a movie and co-share that movie experience with friends, all I can say is that all those moments that you've been frozen, you've been in a fight, or you flew away from all of those things you used to do, dare yourself to play. Re-engage all of those things you used to do before, and find a new way of being in all of those things. Find ways to listen to music. Find ways to watch theater even though it's not live. Find ways to attend community events even though it's virtual right now. And we can get through this. It's definitely been a rough year for all of us, where we all feel like we're trapped, like animals in cages, trapped in our homes, trapped to explore the world the way we would ideally want to. But I can say this for certain. If you invite play back into your lives, you'll be prepared for that fight, that flight, or that freeze, and realize that it's really nothing that's true suffering. It's really nothing that's true danger. Day 3, Pivot Wellness Project.